What's up, everyone? It's Matt Morozic, and this is a video I've been thinking about making for quite a while now, and I regret to say that well, I don't regret to say, but I'm changing the direction as far as my painting services go. I've been hemming and hawing about this for quite a while now, and after talking to a few buddies of mine and everything, I think the best thing for me to do is basically just concentrate on doing prototype work. So this morning I sent a message to everyone that I have contracts with or that have pieces with me stating that basically I'm going to kind of get out of private commissions and just concentrate on prototype work. Now I do have a few pieces that are in the current process of being worked on as far as private commissions, and I'm going to finish those because I've already committed. I'm already in the process of being worked on. I think I've got 3. So everyone else that has a contract with me or has deposits or has pieces that I have in hand, I've contacted this morning basically telling them that I've made this decision. And there's several reasons behind this. Really the main reason is my stress level has gone through the roof since the beginning of the year. And that really has to do with my full-time job. It's been crazy busy. There's been a lot of demands on my time at work. Just due to the nature of our business right now. We're going through a shitload of changes, which what I do at work, I'm involved with a lot of those changes. So my demand at work has been very high, more than normal. My workload has basically doubled from what it used to be, and my time commitments have doubled. Also, family commitments. That's so in my life, the order of importance is family, my full-time job, and then building and painting models. I would love it to be family and then building and painting models. I'm not there yet. I'm really talking with some people and trying to think of ways I can make this a full-time business job. So where I'm still enjoying myself, I'm still able to fulfill my commitments to people and make a living at the same time. My goal is not to make a lot of money or get rich or anything. My goal is to do something I love and be able to support my family. That's my goal. So that being said, I've contacted everyone that has contracts with me this morning. I basically everyone got the same message, basically saying, look, if you have a contract with me, I'm going to refund your deposit. So everyone's going to get a refund on their deposits. If you have a piece with me that you had shipped directly from the factory, I'll ship it to another painter for you in the United States. If you've bought a kit for me that's being waited to be painted, you've paid for the kit, but you haven't paid for shipping, so shipping is going to be on you. A good example are like some of the Deuce Beast kits I have still in my possession, and like an Alpha 3 Batman, the kit was paid for, but the shipping hasn't been paid for yet. So those things, the buyer is still responsible for shipping because they've never paid shipping to begin with. What else? So yeah, and to be honest, it's been just my stress level is going through the roof, trying to find time to get everything done. And I never in a million years expected, I think I've said this before, that this would explode the way it did. I was just a guy painting stuff for fun. I painted a few statues and it exploded like really quick, super fast. And the response has been really positive, and I really appreciate everyone's support and the fact that everyone enjoys my work so much. I mean, I do love building and painting. Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing it. But something's got to give in my life right now, and unfortunately, that's going to be private commissions. I have to kind of do what's best for myself mentally and for my family. So that's kind of where I'm at. So everyone that has a contract with me should have gotten a private message this morning, kind of stating that if I missed someone, I shouldn't have, because I have all your contracts in my files. Let me know, contact me, and then I'm going to work on getting things shipped back to people or shipped to other painters. Now, I do have to sell quite a bit of my collection to fund these refunds because it's a lot of it's a lot of money, and I don't want to make anyone wait longer than they have to. It's not fair to you. Everyone's been very patient with me, and I truly appreciate that, and I can't thank everyone enough for your patience with me and just kind of working with me. You know, it's if I had nothing else to do but my family and this, I would be able to crank them out much quicker. You know, last year I was cranking them out one a month, maybe two a month. Like I think I got like 22 pieces done last year. I just now finished my first piece, and it's April. That's how busy my life has been. So for those of you that have pieces that are in the process of being completed, I'm going to finish those up. I've got Chris, your Cyclops repaint. I've got the Mobius kit that I've started. I've got another Sosa Wolverine kit that I started to paint for myself a while back, and it's already been spoken for. And I have another Wolverine custom piece that's here. Those are the last of my. Well, no, and then I have a few other private commissions here that are kind of like, those are really get them done when you can kind of things. So those guys are like, if it takes you 2 years, take 2 years. So they're really cool. I've contacted, hey, you know, I may not get to this. What do you want to do? They're like, just hold on to it. So as far as everyone else, I need to get those refunds start going, and I'll probably when we go down the list and refund in the order that I got deposits. That way the people who pay first get paid back first. I think that's the fairest thing to do. And then as I go down the list, I'll start getting refunds back to everyone. So again, this is kind of a video I've been, probably for the past 3 months, I've been like, oh no, I can get it done. I can do it. I can make time. And I just haven't been able to. So it's not fair to everyone that's been waiting or contacting me like, hey, when am I in the queue? And da-da-da-da. It's, you know, it's not your fault by any means. It's not my client's fault. It's my fault for not saying no to people, taking on too much, and just thinking that I had the time and the mental capacity to get it all done, and I just don't have it right now. So, yeah, it's regrettable on my part, and I'm really want to apologize to everyone who's waited so long for me to work on something. I just haven't gotten to it. But, you know, like I said, something's got to give. And right now, the more important thing in my life is my commitment to my family, my full-time job. And then the prototype stuff is just something I've actually never expected to kind of happen. And anyone who's been kind of following me, the stuff with Gravin Labs is really just kind of really exploded, and they've put a lot of trust in me in those projects, and other producers too, and they've really sparked my interest. And it's kind of nice to be the first one to paint something, and I've been getting a lot of enjoyment seeing collectors get the production pieces in hand and how much they love them. So that's way more fulfilling for me to see that collectors are getting something that hasn't been seen or done before, and they're enjoying it. So again, I'm not getting rich off of all this stuff right now. You know, so eventually, you know, hopefully I can turn into a full-time business. I've been talking to some people as far as how I could go about doing this. I've talked to a couple partners about possibly start making some original pieces. I haven't talked about doing any licensed pieces yet, just because of the money that is required to do that. And I think right now as far as superheroes goes, there's a lot of saturation. So, and I'm not sure what licensing costs, but I'm sure it's crazy high for licensing. If we do produce a couple of things, it'll be in a very small run. I think a lot of you know that I'm getting a 3D printer. I'm getting a buddy bound in on a 3D printer. So I'm going to learn that process and start playing with that. But yeah. So again, it's a video I've been kind of thinking about making for a while. I need to clear my studio of what I've got going on right now, which is a lot. So I need to get these taken care of and out the door. And then maybe in the future, once I kind of get through this, probably this year, 2019, I think once I get through 2019, we'll see what my prototype workload is like. And if I have time, if a spot opens up, or if I know I've got a month or two between prototypes, I can say, hey, I've got a spot open. Does anyone have something they want painted? And I just take them on one project at a time rather than, booking a bunch of people out like I did. I think that was a mistake on my part. Hindsight's always 20/20. That was a mistake on my part in doing that, thinking that, oh yeah, I can get one done a month easily, maybe 2 a month done easily. And last year that was kind of doable. This year just has not happened. It's just physically, there's not enough time in the day to do it. So I know I'll probably upset a lot of people. Hopefully I don't burn any bridges. I hope that, I don't want to, another thing, the terminology. I don't want to screw anyone out. Screw anyone out of their money. That's the last thing I want to do. I've lost a few deposits on projects that went south, but I don't want to be that person. I'm not going to be that person. Everyone will get refunded. It just may take me a little time. So if you're patient with me, everyone will get refunded. Their deposits and everything. I'm trying to think what else I could say. I think that's it. Again, for everyone that has signed up for me, again, that was a mistake on my part in, booking so many people out. And I mean, if I would have said yes to everyone that asked me, I would have booked twice as much as what I did easily. But I'm not a full-time painter, as everyone knows. And it was just a mistake on my part, thinking that I could get the amount of work done that I have in a timely manner. So now I know, and I'm learning how to. Well, I now learned that I have to just tell people, sorry, I can't do it. So anyway, and that's my problem. I have a real hard time telling people no, especially if it's something really, really cool, and it's something that, oh man, I would love to paint that. I would love to build and paint that. Again, I get my enjoyment out of the building and painting process. My enjoyment is not out of having the pieces on display. I have a bunch of unpainted kits on display, which is cool. I mean, they're cool sculpts. But my enjoyment is the building and painting process, and then seeing the joy on someone's face when they get that piece. Especially after they see the photos and they love it, and then they get in person, like, wow, this looks even better than the photos. That's like, you can't put a price on that. That to me is really an awesome feeling, and it gives me a lot of joy to see people enjoy something in their collection I've done that that they'll enjoy that for years to come, or they know if they need to sell it later, they can sell it and probably get what they paid for it, maybe even a little more, maybe make some money on it if they want to. But yeah, so I guess that's the end of this video. So if you have a contract with me and you see this video and I didn't get in contact with you, please let me know as soon as possible. I'm putting a list of together. Basically, I'm basically putting all my personal kits up for sale, except for very few. Just because they've been sitting here for now going on 3 years and they haven't been touched. So I probably have, I think off the top of my head, maybe 5 or 6 that I'm not gonna sell. Because even unpainted, I just like the way they look, and may just keep them unpainted until I retire and paint them eventually. But so far on my list, I think I've got like 12 or 14 kits that I've just off the top of my head. Those are all quarter scale stuff. I am going to go through my 1/6 scale stuff and kind of weed that out too. I have a huge collection of kits that I just don't have time to get to, and my wife is on my case big time about having so much stuff. And my kids would love their playroom back. My kids' playroom is a storage room for all of my clients' pieces, and those boxes are huge. And they're like, why are there so many boxes in here? So yeah. So again, I apologize to everyone that has contracts with me that I'm, canceling my contracts. I know a few people that I've already contacted are upset about it, and I get it. But like I said, I don't want to burn any bridges. I don't want to upset people, even though it's going to happen anyway. But I have to prioritize things, and my family comes first. My full-time job comes first, and in the modeling world, it turns out the prototyping work is first. So again, thanks for watching. If anyone has any questions or comments or concerns, please message me. If I don't get back to your private message within a day, it means I've either clicked on it and said, oh, I'll reply to him later, and I have forgotten, or I just haven't seen it. I think if you talk to anyone who messages me on a regular basis, I'm really quick to reply. It's usually right away. I'm on Facebook like all the time. Even when I'm working, I'm on Facebook. So if you don't hear from me, within a day, it means I meant to reply to you and I just didn't, or I just missed your private message. So please, if I don't reply to you quickly, send me another message and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. As always, this is Matt Morozic. Thanks for watching. And as always, thanks for your support, and thank you for looking at my work. I mean, I love it when people look at my work, whether they have positive comments or negative comments. It's all good on my book, and it just helps me learn and improve on what I do. So what